Hello Cancer, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing some candle soot readings for you. And there are many different kind of divinations that you can do with candles. You can do it by studying the flame and watching how it vamps up or if it dies down to certain questions that you ask it. Even the flame might start to sway a little this way or sway a little that way, and just by sitting here looking at it, you can even you could see images in the flame, just as if you're at a campfire and you watch the flames coming up and all the you can kind of like see images. Those are called salamanders. They're fire elementals. It's the salamanders that are making those images in the flames. And also, some do the candle divination by reading the wax. If you're using a pillar candle and the wax starts dripping down, you can see the configurations on that and the shapes that melted wax makes. Let's see, there's some here, but I don't think it's gonna, well, they don't really have much. Well, you know what I'm saying, how a pillar candle makes that. That one doesn't have it either, but anyhow. Or just by dripping wax, picking up your candle and dripping the wax on something that's not going to catch fire as well. You can do readings that way, but again, like I said, I'm calling in the fire elementals, the fairies, the dragons, the salamanders, the jinns, and Archangel Michael as well, and the fairies. So Cancer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write your name on this paper here. If you're doing this at home, you would write your own, you would write your name, but I'm just going to be putting the word Cancer on here for you. All right, and now I'm just going to start collecting the soot on the paper. And if you would like to do this at home, I have my very first videos I did on candle divination. If you look up Cancer, I go through the whole process on how you can do this at home, how you bless your candle, how you put protection around yourself, how you call in the fairies and the dragons, the salamanders, and give them thanks and gratitude for them helping you. You say a prayer, and also how you get the paper get attuned with the paper for its energy. You're putting your energy into this as well. You're using the energy from the fire elementals and your energy by holding the paper up to your chest by your heart and breathing in and out real slowly for like 3 times. And at the same time, you can say it out loud, or you can just say it in your mind. It's like you want to call them in, and you also want to give them thanks for coming in for you. Right? And always, always have a glass or some type of little container full of water for yourself in case you catch the fire, in case you catch the paper on fire. And also when you're doing this, you're going to be able to feel the soot and the heat from the flame on your fingers as well. Alright Cancer, so let's go ahead and see what the fire elementals want to bring to you within the next week and a half. See what's the message that they're going to be bringing forward for you. Now this reading can take up to about 45 minutes, so I am going to kind of break it down here, of course, for you, because after you do this, you want to let your paper rest. You want to let your paper rest so the soot, the soot is being absorbed by the paper, and it's going to spread out more. So you want to make sure you get the right message. So you want the soot. You want the soot to spread out on the paper. So I let it rest for 15 minutes. And then what I do is I get colored pencils and I will outline every smudge on here. And when I see something, then I color it in. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that part, but I do it because it's going, on a video, and it makes it easier for me to explain what I'm seeing on the smudges for you. So let's see, what else can I talk about? Cancer here. You always want to use a white candle, okay? Use a white candle, and only use if you have candle laying around and you've burned it before, don't use it for this. This candle is, you're going to be blessing it. It's going to be holding the energy of this reading, of your reading, and of the blessing of the fire elementals and your energy. So you'll always want to use the same candle, okay? If you do it again. Always want to have your own special candle for this. And it's also recommended to use parchment paper, but you can also use typing paper. Oh, I am old, aren't I? Printer paper, copy paper as well. As long as the paper is not too thick, it's going to be able to collect. It's going to be able to collect it, to collect the soot. You got a little drip of wax on your paper, Cancer. I'll show it to you in a second here. So you can, when you get that feeling that it's time to stop, you stop, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop this reading now here for you. I'm going to show you the paper. There's this little smudge of wax on here. So again, I want to let this paper rest for 15 minutes to let it absorb and spread out more, because it will. All right. And then, like I said, I'm going to get colored pencils, and I'm going to take the pencil and I'm going to outline, go along these smudges here. I'm going to outline them, and then I'll take another color pencil, and I will outline every little aspect of coloration that's on this paper for you, and that will be what I can read into for your reading. So I'm going to go ahead, put this aside for 15 minutes, and I'll be right back, and we'll get into your reading. All right. All right, Cancer. Well, I'm back. I just explained this whole picture to you, and my camera wasn't on, so let's start over. All right, I'm back. Here's your candle smudges. I outlined all the smudges. The purple is just where I colored, I colored in where the candle wasn't smudged, okay? And here's your little wax blob over here. Right here's the little wax blob. So it kind of looks kind of purplish, but that's wax right there. All right, so what I'm seeing from this is this, this here, okay? I'm not really seeing anything precise that really is, I'm not sure of anything in here. I mean, I can look at this and I say, oh, that's a tree. Here's a tree. Oh, but it kind of looks like a mushroom at the same time, right? And here you are. And this could be you or somebody swimming, right? Somebody swimming when they have a turkey's head. I'm seeing a turkey head here. I'm seeing a duck down here with this blob of wax and its little beak. This could be a scroll or a bandage. Here's a meat cleaver over here. This could be a bleeding heart over here. So this is just a bunch of fragments. This is just, it's kind of telling me or explaining to me how I'm seeing this is right now your life is all fragmented. You have a bunch of puzzle pieces that you're trying to bring together. You may be having a lot of decisions that you need to make, and you're trying to pull it all in together to see which way you should go, and it's kind of boggling your mind right now, and you're feeling like you just have this scattered energy around you. Now, the only thing that I really see, and I circled it with the pen because I didn't have when I thought I had the camera on here, is this right here. This reminds me of the candle's flame, right? Passion. Fires for passion. A fiery attitude. You want to get stuff done. It's also for conflicts, red hot embers, fire, passion. It also represents the wands in the tarot, the fire does. So you could be very passionate about something and you're trying to pull it all in to make it whole. And this also right here, it's like an exclamation point to me. Here's the period, right? Here's the period and there's the, the straight line. The exclamation point. You're looking for an exclamation to why this energy is around you. Why are you having all this things being thrown to you, right? Why can't you make a decision? And so what I'm going to do, because this is just, to me, this is just a giant puzzle, okay? You can pause the video, of course, and study this picture and see what you see, and see what all these blotches represent to you. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull some tarot cards for you, Cancer, and we're going to see. We're going to ask the cards how you can bring this puzzle. How you can bring this puzzle that you're in, or make these, or get a decision to make a clear answer for yourself, for your situation. What's going to make you whole? Because it seems like you're trying to pull many different aspects of your life and situations into one, and you're kind of scattered around. You're scattered. You don't know which direction to turn. So let's pull some cards on that for you and see what they have to say. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead, shuffle your cards up here for you. I don't know if you want to call it anxiety or chaos or puzzle. What? How can you get out of this energy, we'll say? How can you get out of this energy, and how can Cancer get out of this energy of being like pulled in all different directions or not being able to make a clear decision? Let's go ahead and see what the cards want to give the answer to that for. All right. One more time, and I'll pull the cards. Oops, there goes your candle. Okay. Let's cut. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is coming in. Hierophant. This is interesting, because for some reason I chose purple here to color the background in for your picture. That's very spiritual, very enlightenment is coming in, right? Enlightenment, spiritual, purple, royalty. And here you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, the Hierophant is coming in, and right, well, let me turn this around here. It's like the flame. It's like this flame here. Enlightenment, telling you to just have faith, in yourself, and trust, and be very trusting that you have, you have duality on this. Well, not really duality, but there's, you're evened out. You're even out here. You've got both pillars on each side, and two monks sitting here. You're in the center here. The Hierophant is coming to you and tell you just to try to, I don't want to say calm yourself, because I don't like using that word. The Hierophant is just coming in and, wanting to give you the higher power, the higher, use your intuition, in other words. Use your intuition. He's bringing you that high power, bringing you the strength and the power to be able to decipher, what pieces of these puzzles don't fit and can be pushed aside. So it's kind of like, take maybe three of these pieces on this puzzle here, and use those at first, and try to work through this situation with a few pieces, to make that whole, to make your picture complete for yourself. He's bringing in the higher power, the higher knowledge. You have that knowledge and strength within you to pull this puzzle together, the situation together. And your next card then is the 10. The 10 of Swords here. Again, this is coming to you in the position of my spread that I use is your higher self. Your higher self is telling you that it's going to be coming to an end. All this confusion, all this drastic, chaotic energy that's around you is going to be coming to an end. Number 10 is the end, right? Just say, just take the power and the knowledge from the Hierophant and believe in yourself and have faith that, the dawn is breaking here. It's dark here. The sun's coming up. It's breaking up. It's breaking up. So when like I said, if you take only a few pieces of this chaos, a few of your decisions, and work them together to make the one, to make this flame, to make this flame in you, just go straight, just be straight and be whole. Here's the scroll here, take some notes, Alright, something you can have awareness of. Have awareness here that of your emotions. Try to keep your emotions at bay, right? At bay. You're in the water here on this boat. You're floating. Try to keep your emotions out of the situations. I don't know what the situation is, okay? But try to keep the emotions, at an even keel, okay? You don't want to die. Look at here. Here's this diver. Here's you swimming in the water. You don't want to fall out of this boat. This boat is leaving this wavy, rocky water here. It's leaving this wavy, rocky water, going to the calm water here. Okay? Family. Family is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is coming into the family position of family and friends, bringing you an offer of love, with these beautiful emotions, this cup of emotions, bringing you love. They care for you. So, to ease this chaos or this fragmented puzzle of your decisions, you can count on your family and your friends to understand some of the situation that you're going through. And he is looking forward. This knight is looking towards the future. He's looking forward, looking towards the future with emotions that are contained now in this cup. Okay, your emotions will be contained Once you believe that, and take the power and the strength that's within you, okay? That you know, this it's going to come. It's going to be coming to an end soon. The new dawn will be rising, right? And your final card then is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands. Here's that wand. Here's that fire. Here's that conflict. All right? But this is not now. Fives and wands are for conflict, right? Fire, passion. This is just coming through and telling you that you're going to win the battle. You're going to win the battle against whatever is going on with you here. It's giving you this puzzle, this energy that's all over the place, and you know, the battle's going to be. You're going to win the battle. You're going to win this battle. Your energy is soon going to be calmed down, right? Because you have the rough water and the calm water here. Wants you to be at bay with yourself, right? You've got your emotions contained in this cup here. And you have the spiritual help and the strength from the Hierophant. The Hierophant's very strong in this reading. He's your very first card. He's kind of like the Emperor, you know. He wants things done, and he wants you to do it in the right way, but in a spiritual way, in a more positive way. So take a few of these puzzle pieces, this fragment energy, and just take a few of them and work with them and let the others go. Let the others, you know, throw them out of the boat, in other words. Throw them out of the boat into this rough water here. And float along on the calm side of it. Just don't try to work through everything at the same time. It's kind of like pick and choose your battles, right? Your final card is pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your battles. All right, Cancer, there's your reading. I thank you. Bye now.